it makes it easy. Yeah, Nashville notation, I think, makes it easier to learn songs and to put more expression into songs, but also to listen to the radio or any piece of music, and you, after a while, you get to think, oh yes, they resolve to the tonic there, and you can work out what's going on. And I think it makes it more interesting for everyone. So just to briefly to recap, we give a number to all of the different notes. Say if we take the C scale, the people's scale of C, and we start at C. So C would be 1, D2, E3, F4, G5, and then after G we go, of course, round to A again, 6, and then B7, and then back to C again. Of all these different ones, we've got 3 majors and 3 minors. Let's leave aside B because that takes a diminished, but it's easier to flatten it, but that's a whole different ball game. Right. So we'll have a C major, a D minor, an E minor, an F major, a G major, or a G7th, an A minor. Right. So in a lot of the music that we do, and particularly rock and roll, the blues, we would stay on the 1 chord. And if we stay in C, we'll just call it that C. We can also, there's another name for that, we can call it the tonic, which is like the root. And that is because it feels like a tonic. You know, when you get back to it, you feel better for it. You feel, oh, that's good, that's good. We use the 4th a lot, which in this case would be the F. And we can use the 5th. These are less stable, they're less settled. So when we go, it's that little feeling of resolution, relief when we get back to the tonic. The dominant wants us to do something with it. The 5th we call the dominant, and that is saying, do something with me. The 4th is also called the subdominant because that's saying, do something with me, please, please, go somewhere else. Go there, back again. With our little minor ones, the A minor, D minor, F, I personally think these are more like little side steps. So, for example, we looked at the that Stand By Me last week. So we'd start on Steve, little side step into A minor, and then that subdominant. So that's saying make something happen, make something happen. Oh, you went to the 5th, the dominant. You've really got to make something happen now. Oh, thank goodness, back to the C again. So you can just get that little bit of emotion in with it. Right, okay. So that's the brief recap. So a lot of our blues and rock and roll is going to be using the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th, and back to there. Etc., etc., etc. 1, 4, and 5. Okay, it's good as far as it goes, except when it doesn't. So that's what I want to do today. Right, so I'll do a little bit of a song, and I want you guys to listen and try and work out what's going on here. This is Make Me a Pallet on Your Floor by Mississippi John Hurt. Make me a pallet down on your floor. Make me a pallet on your floor. Right. So far, any immediate comments from that? Let's start. What key was it in?
Key of C.
Absolutely. David, straight in there, because the first note that we're playing, well, it says first chord, was an F. So the first chord of the song didn't have to be the key that it is in, because it's straight enough. You know that it went back down to here. And then, but did anyone spot the chord that sounded a little bit unusual, shall we say?
That one eluded me.
Sorry?
That one eluded me just by listening.
Right.
Is it E7? No.
Yes.
E7?
E7. Strictly speaking, it could be an E, but this is one of these beautiful examples where you can substitute a 7 and it works every bit just as well. It doesn't always, but in this song it does. So in the key of, as we said, C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, instead of using an E minor, which would have been the correct one for this scale, we substituted it for an E major. So that is a really unstable chord. It wants to move somewhere there. So it moved up to the F, to that 4 chord. So we went from a 3 major up to the 4, which is still a little bit unstable. It's wanting to resolve somewhere, but it's more stable than that 3 major. What he could have done, which I think would be an amusing idea, would be to go straight up with a cadence. Make me a pallet down soft and low. Make me a pallet on your floor. Yeah, don't go down to that tonic before. So just go 3, 4, 5 and back to 1 again. But the whole point I'm making is the idea of movement. That sometimes a chord really feels like it's wanting to go somewhere. The arch, typically the commonest one we use is that G7. You can just tell it doesn't want to stay there, it wants to be somewhere else. Then it's happy again. So, if you guys have got access to the internet, well, you've obviously got access, what I'm talking about, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. There's a song called Need Your Love So Bad by Fleetwood Mac. It's an old blues song, but Fleetwood Mac do it in E. And I would really recommend having a listen to this. And it's on Ultimate Guitar as well, which is where I had a look. If we've got time for a second round, I'll play it there, because this has got some of the weirdest chords you'll ever come across in the blues. It uses a third diminished. It uses a flattened 5th major and a flattened 6th major as well. And all of these, like if you're an E, you can feel that lifting, it's wanting to go somewhere. And then there's a little interrupted cadence at the end before it resolves back down again. So David might like to have a go at playing this one, but the rest just have a listen. And all I'm saying is, with each chord change, just have a listen. Does it sound more stable, or does it sound more resolved? Or is it wanting to go somewhere else? And that's the idea. Getting this idea, using Nashville notation could be enormously helpful for understanding why chords want to change, why songs want to move, where they want to progress to. So I say, just have a listen to that song and enjoy.
Can you say
good.
the name of that song again?
Need Your Love So Bad. If we've got time for another round, I'll play it before we're out there.
Okay.
It's the most weird blues song I've ever come across.